Quit being the world's best kept secret. Your time is now.
Welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now here's your host, three-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Debra Kasowski.
Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Debra Kasowski. Welcome back to the Millionaire Woman Show. Today, we're talking about a hot topic. One of my favorite topics to talk about is the courage over comfort, stepping out of your comfort zone into the skin that you are meant to be in. Now, when people think courage over comfort, they're often thinking about firefighters running into burning buildings, police chases after the bad guy, the Navy SEAL just going into combat, and also the elite athlete doing things that seem irremarkable that no one else can touch. Well, I'm here to talk to you about courage over comfort in every day. Yes, that's right. You are just like the first responder. You are just like the Navy SEAL. You have the mindset that gets you through every single day. It's how you show up in the world and how you conquer things that get you uncomfortable, things that stretch you out of your comfort zone. And today I want to just start with a quote from Brene Brown. We can choose courage or we can choose comfort. We cannot have both. Not at the same time. Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is our greatest strength of courage. Very powerful quote. Knowing that we don't have guarantees in life, knowing that we don't know the outcome, but we need to summon the courage to move forward and take action. Get out of the comfort zone and learn how to accept and adapt to change, because we know change is progress. We know change is inevitable, but it doesn't mean we have to like it. You know, we get so comfortable. We like knowing and the predictability of how things are working. And, you know, when we step out of our comfort zone, suddenly we step into that uncertainty and that fear creeps up. So I want you to feel all the feels of those emotions and remembering that any emotion lasts only about 90 seconds. But I want you to pay attention. Where is the most resistance coming up from? What are you truly afraid of? When you bring that into your awareness, that's when you have something tangible to work with, something to ask yourself, is this fear real? Or am I just using my imagination and it's running wild out of control? Now, there's unhealthy fear, which paralyzes us. And then there's the fear that mobilizes us into action, going after our dreams, making things happen. There's the fear that comes up that is often related to stepping out of the comfort zone is the fear of being judged, the fear of failing. There's no guarantee that I'm going to succeed, and how will I look to others, that judgment. But also there's that personal fear, the fear of being mediocre, not showing up as our best self, letting ourselves down, and above all, just settling into complacency. And then there's the fear of taking risks. Now, I remember years ago when I was in Toronto for a conference with my business coach. She sent a number of us out into the world, out into the city of Toronto to, collect money to fund our dream. And we would walk up to random strangers and ask them if they would support our dream. And I remember the hot dog vendor giving me a $10 bill. And we were taking pictures and just a look in his eye. And I thought, you know what? He probably needs it so much more than I do in that moment. But at that time, he was looking at someone to say, I want to fund someone else's dream because I believe that someone funded his dream at one time. And it was such a cool feeling. But when we think of the courage over comfort, we don't think about, walking up to a stranger and giving them money or asking for money, asking for something that we need. We don't think about the random act of kindness and, paying for someone's, coffee in the lineup, or surprising someone by putting something on their doorstep or dropping off cookies, to really step out of your comfort zone. doing things that you wouldn't normally do. Now, the limits that you have, people will see the challenges that show up, and they often will say, you know what, I can't do that. When I hear the word can't, I hear I choose not to. They're not even making an attempt, not to push themselves forward, to see what's possible. See, this is the great thing about courage over comfort. This is where we discover who we are, what we're truly made of, and what we're capable of. Now, if we could blow the cap off those limits, we'd be surprised. Now, those limits only exist in the mind because we've already told ourselves that we're not going to be successful. And your perceived thought, your perceived reality is your reality. So I want you to start challenging your perceptions, asking questions, challenging those assumptions, avoid jumping to those conclusions to see where that truth lies. See, courage to me is about speaking your truth, even when it doesn't match popular opinion. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone. This could mean taking on more responsibility. It could mean doing something new with no guarantees, but being willing to be raw, to be real, to take a chance. And pushing the boundaries of who you are, removing those limits because they exist with you first. Now, there's a couple more quotes that inspire me when it comes to courage over comfort, and one's by Winston Churchill. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Now, when I think of that, especially when it comes to leadership, parenting, all these different areas in our businesses, it's really about knowing when it's time to stand up and advocate for what we believe in, and also knowing when it's time to listen, be observant, and then make calculated decisions based on getting a whole sense of the whole picture. Because people will jump on one thing and they'll get reactive and they'll miss the point. So it's really about paying attention to the details, but looking at the bigger picture. And Nelson Mandela also said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. So I want you to think about, in what way can you conquer some fear today? In what way can you summon the courage over comfort and have faith in yourself to take action on your dream, even if no one else believes in you? Knowing that your belief alone in yourself is something that could sustain you into creating some results, creating some glimpses in which people are like, hey, we better pay attention. Look what they're doing. They're amazing. Now, courage over comfort, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be having the moments of sweaty palms and, getting really nervous. But the more you prepare and plan, the greater chances of success you will have. So setting those goals, reverse engineering, breaking them down into meaningful tasks. And I know people think tasks, they're just things that you do. And how much meaning do they have? They have meaning knowing that they're the pieces to the puzzle that create the whole picture. So I want you to think about, where have you had courage over comfort? Where have you done something that you haven't done? And if you find yourself getting caught in a place of complacency, because complacency can be death of spirit, it can mean so many things. I want you to step out of your comfort zone, because nothing happens in the comfort zone other than the familiar. And I want you to step into the unknown, the uncertainty of knowing what's possible, because there's an anticipation. Action with anticipation is so exciting. Knowing that these results and outcomes could be exactly what you plan. And when they arrive and you succeed and you're going to be celebrating those wins, you're going to be able to say, I took a chance, and I took a chance on me. Thank you for joining me here on the Millionaire Woman Show. Please go over to my website at www.debrakasowski.com, where you're going to get your free 3-part video course called Making Habits Stick. And you can build focus and consistency into whatever goal you've set for yourself. Let's make those goals and dreams a reality today. As Muhammad Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. And on behalf of myself, go out and have a fabulous day.